Hey guys, what is going on? I'm Mike.
I'm Dan.
And today we are commenting on your comments for November.
The month of giving thanks.
So our first comment is from our Crazy Creations Inventions video. Nathan Pham said, when I asked my Asian mom and dad for a dog for my birthday, this is crazy, for my birthday. And that night, he made a dog dinner and he didn't tell me until after I ate it all. So I'm so sad, never asked for a thing ever again. Is that true?
Yeah, I don't know.
That sounds unbelievable. What Asian?
Man.
Oh, that's mean. Let us know if that's actually true. That's insane.
Yeah.
I've heard of like Asian parents punishing kids, but that's like, I've heard of Asian parents.
Do you think the parents misunderstood him? Like,
he wants to eat a dog?
Yeah, it's like, hey, mom and dad never tried dog. And they misunderstood.
Dude, that's just mean.
All right, Carol Cam says, half of these comments either say, oh my God, I was first, or you two have a typo, Anyways, I just want to say thanks for the interesting video.
We misspelled suitcase too?
Yeah.
Okay, we misspelled suitcase then. The biggest misspelling was we misspelled patents. We accidentally put patterns
instead of patents.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it's always funny because this isn't the first time that we made typos in our video.
Right.
And for some reason, like, you know, when people watch, like, you know, they might have enjoyed the video, but they really need to tell you that you made a typo, which is great because we're like,
and it's not like one person. It's not like, okay, you know, all right, thanks. And there's like 20 people. Yeah.
Woo. Oh I guess it's easy to pick out, you know, simple mistakes like that.
I care that we made the mistake.
Yeah.
We obviously once we publish, we can't go back and correct it. But you know, like I'm not a nitpicker like that. I don't do grammar. I don't do stuff like that. So this comment is from our Asian problems video, part 1. Yukiko Rosen said, yeah, well, when I was in Taiwan, there for a month, they would always serve me more and more food. Don't get me wrong, it was delicious, but it was so hard to make them understand when I was totally full, as they didn't speak English at all. But I would go again. Haha. Someone told me that is kind of customary, like they do that so you feel more welcome in their home.
Yeah. What's with I mean, it's so true. Like Chinese parents try to basically shove food down your mouth.
Well, all family members that, you know, we're friends.
Right.
They show affection through food.
Yeah.
It's like, please eat more.
It's a little different though. Like when I go, like for example, you know, for Thanksgiving, like I'll go over to my friend's house.
Right.
And they're not shoving food down your mouth. They're like, oh, did you have enough? They'll ask you, did you have enough? And if you're like, no, they're like, oh, go help yourself. It's very nonchalant. Chinese parents will be like, they don't care. They don't even ask you. They're like, come on, eat it.
But here's the thing, all right? Your friends, when you see them, what do? You give them a hug, right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, how are you? Give them a hug. You don't hug your parents. Your parents, this is how Asian parents show you they love you. And this is how like they kind of feel love back, is when they're shoving food down your throat and you're eating it, enjoying it, and that's how they feel like loved. That's like a food hug, virtual food hug.
I getcha.
My dad saw the video that I did when I was competing in a, you know, we had a dumpling eating contest.
Oh, the Times Square one.
Yeah, he saw that. Wow. No Asian parents would be proud of their kid competing in a
food contest.
Asian parents will like insult you or like scold you in a way that makes you feel like poo. Yeah. Because and they try to do it without you seeing it coming. I saw this coming a mile away. So my dad's like, haha, so you had a food contest, huh? For your channel. If you're less experienced, you might think, oh yeah, I'd be like, that's kind of cool. He's gonna watch my video. Yeah. So my dad's, I'm like, yes, we had it. It's for work. Yeah. And then my dad's like, yeah, and also I heard you won.
So you're like,
I'm like, yep, here it comes. I'm like, it's coming. And he's like, don't ever do that again. It's bad for your stomach. Oh my God. And I'm like, oh my God.
Marin Sharedo. I feel like if Dan and Mike merged and became one person, they'd be the ultimate boyfriend. It's a weird thought to have. What? That's like one of the weirdest, most awesome comments I've ever read. It's almost like we both possess good qualities, and if they could just push them together, they'd have the ultimate boyfriend.
If we were in a Dragon Ball series, we could merge. You know how they merge?
Oh yeah,
they can merge. We could just merge.
Oh yeah.
But only for like half an hour or so.
Yeah, it's like but you know what though? I think your overly romantic cheesy side would take over. And be like,
that would be the best.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm gonna pick you up in a car and grab a rose. And if you guys don't know what we're talking about, we made a video on the Double Chan channel about the perfect first date.
Definitely go check that out. The link is right below us.
Thanks a lot for the recognition.
Angel Beats Marcos 0 says, Mike Chan looks like Jackie Chan. Okay, here's the thing. I want to settle this once and for all because there has been a slew of comments. Like,
Go ahead.
1 out of 10 is like, Mike Chan looks like Jackie Chan.
Yep. And
let me clear a couple things up.
And
first of all, okay, it's not a racist thing because Asians think I look like Jackie Chan as well.
Right.
So let's confirm it. Okay, I do kind of look like
Jackie
you
Chan.
do. I also want to say, I'm not a big fan of Jackie Chan.
Okay,
I'm not a big fan.
Before we get to why, let me just tell them. In New York City,
Right.
Mike will get that once a day. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. We're walking down the street the other day. Somebody's like, yo, Jackie Chan.
So I do get this a lot. I do look like Jackie Chan. I want to say 2 things about this. One, I'm not a fan of Jackie Chan. Purely because he's kind of turned into like a stooge for the CCP lately.
Exactly.
In the last like decade or so.
Total
I'm not a big
stooge.
fan of that.
Total
You can't
stooge.
go and say like, he had that famous comment where he's saying like Chinese people shouldn't be granted freedom because they can't think for themselves.
I mean, he's basically just echoing a lot of political things that gets fed.
Not a big fan after that.
Yeah.
Secondly, how come? All right, just saying, people can't say, oh, Jackie Chan really looks like Mike.
Ooh, yeah.
How come it's always like, I have to look like Jackie Chan?
Here's
I'm like,
all right, so you look like Jackie Chan, you got muscles like Jackie Chan, you used to do Kung Fu like Jackie Chan. Here's the one thing that you don't have. Jackie Chan, if you guys remember, was a singing sensation. You don't have that. Jackie Chan wants, sorry that we said the thing about you about being a stooge, but hey, if you want us to challenge you, Mike will beat you.
I will beat you. I will beat you. Check out our Instagram pages. We have the link here, and then you'll see how much food I have on my Instagram account.
Oh my gosh.
The Curvy Metalhead Show says, having African parents, I can relate to all of this. That is why I feel like I'm Asian on the inside. Well, that is what my friends say, LOL. Hashtag African girl with Asian problems.
I can see that because, like, let's say she has a African name, hard to pronounce, right? So probably a lot of people are trying to pronounce it and they can't.
Yeah, I think a lot of minorities, we share a lot of similar problems.
Absolutely.
Like that Russell Peters. You know, he was like, oh, white people, go beat your kids because all us minorities are beating our kids. And I also think like, for example, black people and Asians, like, our parents are kind of similar in terms of they're both pretty strict.
Pretty strict, yeah.
Both really strict. They both come down really hard on the kids.
Yeah.
I think they definitely show more affection than we do. We show zero affection.
For sure.
You know, Jason Yep says, Mike, continue with the food photos, loving it. This is when you kind of knocked me from my Instagram account for having all food photos.
Yeah, and then I kind of joined in.
So for the next like few days, everyone was like, oh, Dan was right. You have tons of food photos on your Instagram account. What else do you take pictures of?
Asian problems, right. Barry Turtle says, when our rice cooker broke, my mom surprised us by whipping out a backup one. She also has a backup for that backup. I have a backup one.
You do?
I do, because here's what happened. It's really stupid, right? I put the rice cooker on top of my toaster oven.
Ooh, and melted.
It melted one of the legs.
Oh
so I got a new one, and I was just like, everything works. Like, I can't just, it's precious. I put a metal screw in the bottom.
Yeah.
Like a third leg.
Yeah.
Like a prosthetic leg, and I keep that one in my closet.
Yeah, you shouldn't throw it away. It works.
My first one breaks, I have a backup.
But this person has 3 rice cookers. Kudos to you for being prepared. Lena John says, same video, my camera is so good, has a blinking detector. So when I was smiling at the camera, it said blink detected when I wasn't blinking.
Huh.
Asian problems.
What camera has that?
I never heard of that before.
That's
Blinking
crazy.
detector. That's kind of cool. So this is from our video about how to identify authentic Chinese places.
Right. This is Pure C80. A lot of these are assuming that most Chinese people have a thorough understanding of their own food. I know plenty of Italian people that don't know a thing about their own food and would rather eat Americanized pizza or pasta. Are Chinese people just more in tune with their heritage cuisine, or is this video just presuming they are?
Can I just say one thing? If you ever had authentic Chinese food, you cannot go back.
Absolutely can't. For example, I just cannot eat horrible Americanized Chinese food.
No,
I can't
do it.
I refuse to do it. Even when I was in college, when I was broke and I had nothing to eat, and my friends would order from around the corner the Chinese takeout, that's like my only meal of the day maybe, I still wouldn't eat it.
No, because
it's uneatable.
I think people that say, and there were some comments that said, hey, you know, I'll eat whatever tastes good to me. If the chicken and broccoli is good, I'll eat it. Here's the thing. I don't think you've actually had authentic Chinese food, so you don't know what that tastes like. All right, this is from our anime video where we did the different shonen anime characters.
Yes, that's right.
Sukira Uchiha says, this video is hilarious. You forgot about the perverts, though. There's almost always a pervert.
Okay.
Love you guys, just poses at the end too. Keep up the great work. P.S. Did you guys do the Naruto OST to secretly honor the ending of Naruto, or is it just Naruto? Sorry. I've actually only seen like a few episodes, so definitely that was it's a big ending. It's like 500 episodes, so that was you know, there's a little Easter egg in there for you. But you're right. There is always like a pervert guy in a lot of animes.
Yeah. Okay.
For example, Dragon Ball, especially Master Roshi or Roshi.
So it's like this guy that's I know what you're talking about.
They're usually pretty harmless, but they're like,
and also maybe they're all weird.
And also in Rama 1/2.
All right, Mia Yeager says, I was watching this with my cat, and he started pulling his paws on the screen whenever Dan was on screen. Guess you have a furry admirer. I actually read that comment.
Yeah, did you?
That was I like that.
Yeah.
Although I'm not much of a cat person, here's why. Because when I was little, I got scratched by all my friends growing up had cats and dogs. The cat scratched me. And I bled.
This is our Chinese market video.
Yeah. So Mtash Love says, there was this one time I went to a Chinese supermarket and the cashier smiled and laughed, but not out of her own free will. I cracked a joke and she apparently found it funny. Or maybe it's just because it's Canada and we're the stereotypical nice country. That's absolutely true.
Yeah, it's because you're from Canada.
It's because, I mean, I was talking about this the other day. Canadians are just nicer.
Yeah.
They are.
Oh, and compared to like New York, it's just uncomparable. Like Canadians can probably compare to Midwest US. Chinese people don't smile, especially in major cities. Yeah. Just like mad.
And if you ever go to a New York supermarket where you have the Asian cashiers and they're wearing those gloves,
they don't even want to touch you. They're just like, get out of my face. And so they only smile because they've been living in Canada. They've been infected by all the niceness that's been going around over there.
That's absolutely true. No one can argue that the quality of living across the board in Canada is better. They have everything the US has.
I want to go to Canada. Carl Fraj said, I don't know about Chinese markets, but I've been to a couple of Japanese markets and the Korean market. They got smiles on, I can tell you that much. You know what? Japanese and Koreans, they value a lot of customer service.
Absolutely.
I think Chinese is like, we don't value customer service.
No, they don't.
Really
That's the truth. That's the absolute truth. There's no value put on customer service. It's that's why things are cheaper in the Chinese market.
Every time I go into a Korean cafe or anywhere, it's always like greeting when I walk in.
Right.
Everybody in the store. Right. And you know, and the greeting when you leave. Right. If I go to a Chinese place, it's like you go in, they don't even look at you.
Kawaii Kimuchi says, ah man, you had to try and ruin fish balls. Oh well, I will forget about that by the next time I eat them.
So this is when we mentioned in the supermarket video that there's fish balls everywhere. And we said that you don't know what's in them. But that's true.
And I don't know what's in them. And I still don't eat fish balls unless I made them myself. So you take the fillet of fish, right?
Yes.
You mince it up real good, like finely minced, and then you add like a little flour, a little water, and then you twirl it so that it literally looks like a paste, and then you form it into meatballs.
Okay. All right. Next comment, Ann Leo. This is weird. I don't know how I feel about this. Mike Chen, I swear, looks exactly like my dad. I'm not joking.
So
send me a picture of your dad.
Yeah. Watch, it's gonna be Jackie Chan. Jade L, love the shirt, Dan. Go Patriots. That had nothing to do with our videos.
Go Patriots, winning it this year. No jinx. Yeah, no. This is from our Sichuan guide video. Zook Penne says, must try these dishes someday. I love spicy food. Too bad you can't really find Sichuan restaurants here in boring Belgium. Thanks for the video. I've been to Belgium. Yeah. I was actually stuck in Belgium for 2 weeks because of Hurricane Sandy. And I'll attest to this. There's really not much to eat in Belgium. There's fries and waffles.
Belgian waffles. Belgian fries. That's good. Yeah. What else do you need?
Can you eat that for 2 weeks?
I can.
No, you cannot.
I bet you I can do it.
You cannot eat Belgian waffles and fries for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't do it for 2 weeks, actually. Yeah, you're right. You got me.
I love Belgium from the perspective of I went to a lot of little towns. I went to Antwerp, Antioch. I went to Bruges, and it was cool. It was beautiful.
So
but
cultured.
you know, it wasn't one of my favorite countries. The food was horrible. Tourism, especially in Brussels, was almost non-existent. And also, yeah, they stole my iPhone 5.
Oh, that's the reason. And then you were stuck with your primitive iPhone 4 for like 2 years. Did you go to a Chinese restaurant in Belgium?
Yes, one.
And how was it?
It was horrible. Horrible.
Better or worse than what we got here for fast food?
Oh, worse. Worse.
God.
Worse. But the problem is over there they pretend that that's like authentic. So I go
worse.
Okay, here's why also it's worse. I had to pay for that food in euros.
Oh my gosh, so it's worse and double
more
the price.
expensive.
Lady Turquoise says, you guys messed up the table, oil stains everywhere, but yummy dishes. That's how you know the food's good.
Yeah.
That's how you know the food's good.
You need to have grease trails leading up to your plate at any good Sichuan restaurant.
And it's a restaurant, so they'll change the shape.
Yeah.
You know?
You want
no
that.
big deal.
You want that. Linda Limoni says, a tip, how to get oil stains out. And I'm really not trolling. Put butter on the spot and watch in the machine 80% of the time, the stain is gone. I don't know why, but it really works. Really,
I don't think that would be true.
That's to answer your question when you said you can never get stains out of clothes.
Butter?
But you can put butter, apparently.
No.
Well, here's the complicated part. I don't think you can find butter in a Chinese restaurant that easily. I don't know.
I just don't think you could use, because butter is oil.
I don't know.
It's made of fat. Sorry, it's not oil, but it's made of fat. Fat
well, okay,
is
no.
oily.
But soap is also made of fat.
Ooh, yeah. All right, I'm gonna have to try it.
That's from our love confession video.
Yeah. Maj J says, haha, that cake sender. That was pretty awesome, even though he failed to show his face, observing from afar, perhaps. Totally will not add to the creepiness. Nonetheless, I want a man to confess his love to me with 100 cakes.
Man, that's a lot of cakes.
Yeah, some of those pictures are just insane. Like just seeing the iPhones like made into like just being lit and just like that's like thousands of dollars worth of merchandise.
But at one point that she made, I do want to bring up. I think it's valid. Stop confessing your love with flowers and merchandise.
Oh yeah.
Use food. Yeah. Because like how many of you? Let me know right now. How many of you would really be moved more with food than with like stuff? Ruthie Marquez Conley says, in Korea, 1111, November 11th is Pepero Day. What is Pepero Day?
Please tell us. You can't leave a comment like that and not say what the
I don't know
Pepero
what that
Day
is.
I mean, I know there's an invention called Google, but sometimes we're too lazy to use it.
Lazy. Just tell us what it is.
Tell us what it is. Nightingale Spica says, a guy confessed to me once and it was really awkward because we were friends. He dressed up in a really nice suit and then right in front of my friends got down on one knee. At that point, the whole lunchroom was silent and I was having a mild panic attack because it looked like to me a marriage proposal. Then he pulled out a little box and dramatically opened it while saying, will you be my girlfriend? I was deeply flattered, but the show was a bit too much. Was a bit too much because the method looked so much like a marriage proposal that what didn't help was sudden slow chant of everyone in the room, say yes, say yes. I did, but honestly felt I was set up to say yes. It didn't work out in the end, and we're still here.
This is a case of a guy watching too much Asian dramas.
Yeah. But you know what? Kudos to the guy for doing it.
Can I just say, that really does sound like something I would do back when I was younger.
You know, I would be egging you on. I'd be like, say yes!
Oh my God. Hey, yes! It worked. So it worked for her. So she was really flattered and it worked. That's a good sign. But let us know, did you like him or did you say yes because of this gesture? Well, she kind of said, she kind of like felt like she had to say yes.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure.
That's a lot of pressure.
Because if she said no, imagine the whole lunchroom was watching, and the guy's like, the guy's in a spot, and that's her friend. So she's like, what's she gonna do? All right, guys, it's time now for our November Fan of the Month, Ed Brady. Ed Brady. Congratulations, Ed Brady. Facebook message us your address, phone number, and shirt size and color, and we'll get you a good-looking Thai fitting Off the Great Wall t-shirt sent right to you. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. As always, check out the Double Chin Show. Follow us on Instagram, all that good stuff, and we'll see you next time. Peace!